Y'all come join us on the salty side. We're a family of four doing America's Great Loop. We got dad just retired, the pastry chef and the high school senior, and mom is the first mate, just keeping it fun. We got a little pup, and y'all are gonna love him. He gives the best side eye. Oh! Oh yeah! Y'all come join us on the salty side eye.
Well, yesterday we hit some shoaling and had to get off of it. So after we did that, we had a little bit of vibration. So we have divers out checking props this morning, and looks like there's some damage to props. We do have a spare set, so we're getting prepared to change those. We also have some rope twisted up on our starboard shaft. Looks like a rope from maybe from one of our fenders, maybe? I don't know. Yeah. No.
Be sure your sins will find you out. But Longfellow was glad because he got to escape to the dog park and found a ball, his favorite thing in life. We had a good afternoon. The boat got fixed, the props got put on, Phil made dinner, and then that night was the most beautiful full moon over the area. The next morning, we headed over to Bald Head Island, which had been our original destination until we had the prop issue. But this is Southport, where we stayed, and you might recognize it from the movie Safe Haven, or some of the scenes were filmed for The Summer I Turned Pretty here on the beach.
I'm nervous from yesterday. I don't know why I have no bow thruster, so I'm not going to have stern over there either unless I figure that out before there, or I can't go work on stuff.
So we're crossing a little area of the Atlantic to get to Bald Head Island, and the winds were terrible and the white caps were showing. Phil was stressing out, so I did stop filming for a little while. It was a little bit stressful. So these are some of the screens he watches, and the winds and the reports were terrible. Then we look up on our way over, and a boat has overturned, a sailboat, and they're trying to rescue people. It took many attempts, and they finally were able to get to the people, but the wind just kept blowing and blowing them. I did check later, and they were safe, but it was scary. That water is so powerful. So there is Bald Head Island. We're coming into it. It has a very narrow area to take the boat into, but we made it, got on the dock, plugged in the power. We changed clothes and went over for the summer concert series. Had a little picnic. It was so fun. The next morning, we were ready for more fun on Bald Head Island. We went to get our golf cart. Very few cars are on the island, and usually they're service carts. So we went and found all the sights on this 5.8 square mile island. They call it an island. It's not really an island, but it is cut off from the mainland, and you can take a ferry to get across, and it takes you 20 minutes. So many ferries come in. But there are places to eat, shops. It's a very nice place to vacation. Only 268 people live there full time. Weekend at Bernie's, part of it was filmed here. It's a charming area. I would definitely go back. It's right on the east side of the Cape Fear River. The beaches were beautiful. They were clean, the sand was clean, the water was pretty. Longfellow loved the beach as much as any of us. He loves water. It was just a beautiful day. And you can see there's not that many people there. Here are the girls out in the water. Mackenzie kept the sand and shell turtle tradition alive on the beach trip. We do that every time we go to the beach. And Longfellow kept up his tradition of running and getting in the water every time he could. We were so tired, we went back to the boat for lunch, changed, and then we went to town and got ice cream and went to the lighthouse. This is a lighthouse that was built in 1817. It was commissioned by Thomas Jefferson. Inside are 108 steps. Gives the greatest views out of it. And there's our boat from the top. And we went back to the beach, just the girls and I, and we had a great time. There's Mackenzie out playing in the little waves. And I decided I would collect shells with holes in them and make a shell braid. So I did. To me, that's a better souvenir than collecting t-shirts. I love how it turned out. We went back to the boat. Longfellow was still on lookout. It was again another beautiful sunset. And then the next morning, we headed out. Thanks for watching. See you next time. Don't forget to subscribe.